Hello again, YouTubers. This is your host, Black Samurai 7. I just want to make a video in response to an awful story that I found out earlier this week. And if you remember my video last year that I uploaded in that story in New Jersey about the police drawing guns on an African-American 10-year-old boy, well, this story I'm about to talk about, same level as it. But the difference is, this is going to be, and again, if you remember that other video I did about that video in Grand Rapids, Michigan, when that cop pointed his gun on a group of teenage boys who were just walking around. They were just walking around, not bothering no one. He just pulled out his gun and said, "Get on the ground, get on the ground." When I said in that video, it made perfect sense. All he had to do was just put the gun away and then call for backup. But no, he didn't do that. And that's the same thing in this story here. There was an 11-year-old girl, and her mother decided to consider her being old enough to walk to the corner store near the house. So she allowed her to go to the store. But the moment she took one step out of her house, something happened to her that's going to change this little girl's life forever. She's probably not ever going to trust people ever again. And now she's going to need counseling and therapy because of this. There's all of a sudden, right outside the house, there were police officers. They drew guns right at this 11-year-old girl. This is crazy. And again, I'm going to say that this story here happened in Grand Rapids. This story happened there too. So what the hell's going on down there in Grand Rapids? What's going on with the police over there? I believe I know. There are people in that police department that have a sick mentality. They have a sick mentality, I have to say. They feel like they're in control of us. They really are. They feel like they're empowered. They feel empowered. They feel like they're in control. They feel like they own us when they don't. These people don't own nobody but their own decisions. And again, I'm going to say this. People really need to see how it feels to do things to other people. How the hell would they feel if someone had, if they were standing, they didn't have a gun, they were unarmed, like this girl, unarmed, hands up, having guns pointed at them? How the hell would they feel? I'm sure they wouldn't like that. No one likes having guns, loaded guns, drawn at them, unarmed, unsafe, and defenseless, and have no chance of getting out of there unless they put the guns away. They did, but they handcuffed. And what broke my heart really, really awful is as I was watching this video. I have it right here. If you want to watch it, go right ahead and watch it. But it's an awful thing to see. An awful thing to see and hear. Hearing this 11-year-old innocent girl scream her heart out. Because she's being treated like a grown-ass woman. She's not a woman. She's a child. And I'm going to say this to every police officer out there who may be watching my video right now. If you cannot tell the difference between an adult and a child, then you should not be a cop at all. If you could not figure that out, then there's something wrong with you. Something is really seriously wrong with you if you can't tell the difference between an adult and a child. I'm not a cop. I can't find myself or wanting to be a cop, but I can tell the difference between an adult and a child. I can. I work at the local airport here in Boston, and I know the difference between adults and children. And another thing that really pissed me off about this story is that these officers, they were looking for a 40-year-old white woman, who was involved with a stabbing. They were looking for her. And if they were looking for this woman, all they had to do was go to the house and just ask her, "Hey, did you see this woman? Did you see this woman?" And I'm sure she was probably going to say no. She has no clue who the hell this woman is. She has no idea who that woman is. So she was going to say no, then she would say no, and then all you do is get back in your car and then leave. That's it. Case closed. We got the answer. Let's go to the next house and see did they see this person or not. I just can't understand why the hell is that people can't think logically, can't think rationally. But no, they just Excuse me, I'm sorry. It seems that it seems that there are police officers that just can't seem to think rationally. They're no different than psychosimps. They're not. They're no different than them. They act irrationally. They don't think right. They don't care about nobody. And because of that, people are losing their lives. And you know what? And I'm gonna say this too. This is why. And I'm gonna say this. This is why I'm taking a knee. This is why I will take a knee. Because I refuse to stand for a country who's killing people over nothing. I refuse to take a knee for a country that doesn't care about nobody here. I refuse to take a knee for people who do not respect the freedoms of every person in this country. I just don't understand. What the hell has happened to the police force here in this country? Because I remember when I was 11 years old, when I was walking out my house, there were no cops pointing no guns at me. That never happened. That never happened when I was 11 years old. There were no cops, no Boston police officer ever had the nerve or even had the thought of wanting to try to point a gun at me. Never happened. Never happened. And it just breaks my heart. Muslims are being mistreated. Homosexuals are being mistreated in this country. It's just sad. It's really, really sad. The way this country is now. You know what? And I'm going to say, for the families, to the family of this 11-year-old girl, if you're watching my video, I'm very, very sorry that this happened to her. I really, really am. So I hope that you guys will fight. You will fight for the justice of this little girl. May the Lord be with y'all. And may Christ speak to her and help her realize that there are people in the world she can trust. And may she grow up to have a healthy, peaceful life. Now, that's all I got to say. Like, comment, and favorite my video, and support me on Patreon. See you guys later.